everyone, this is me, Sumer Irfan. Today we are going to learn about tenses. Before going into the form of tenses, we must understand what are tenses and why do we learn them. Tenses are a verb-based method used to indicate the time, sometimes a continuation or completeness of an action or state in relation to the time of speaking. Means tenses are used to express when the action is taken. Is it going on or completed? Tenses has two important components, time and aspect. Time expresses past, present and future. Past, before now. Present, the time right now, or any time that includes now. Future, that will happen after now. Aspect can be progressive, perfective. Progressive means uncompleted action, the action that has not been completed. Perfective, completed action or state, means the work has done, finished. Tenses are divided into three forms, present, past and future. These forms further divided into four forms, like present simple, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect continuous. Similarly, past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous. Now we have future simple, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. Today we are going to learn all the forms of perfect. Present simple, or we call it present indefinite. In this form, we use subject that can be he, she, it, they with the first form of the verb and the object. Take some examples. They ride their cycle every morning. Peter drinks coffee. Did you notice I use ride without s with they, and in this another example I use drinks with Peter, means I put s with the drink. Do you know why? Always remember, with we, they, you and I, if the subject is plural, we don't put s or es. With he, she, it, we put s if the subject is singular. In my first example, they ride their cycle every morning. You can see the subject is plural. That's why I didn't put s with the ride. In my another example, Peter drinks coffee. Peter is a boy and he is singular. That's why I put s with the drink. But where do we use present simple tense? We use the present simple tense for showing habits and routine and facts. I go for a walk every morning, so this is my habit. Mary sleeps early at night. Here it's the routine of the Mary that she sleeps very early. Thomas works as a clerk in his office. Sun rises in the east. Facts is something that actually exists, reality or truth. So this is present simple. For making affirmative sentence, that is simple sentence, we use subject plus first form of the verb plus object. Take example, Mr. Nelson speaks truth. For making interrogative sentence, that is for making questions, we have to use do or does in the beginning of the sentence plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object. And the most important, we have to use question mark in the end of the sentence. Does Mr. Nelson speak truth? For making negative sentence, we have to use subject plus do or does not plus first form of the verb plus object. For example, Mr. Nelson does not speak truth. Now we will talk about present continuous. Present continuous are the actions happening now at the time of speaking. In this form, we use subject plus is or am plus first form of the verb with ing plus object. Take example, Peter is making a movie. Here Peter is singular, that's why we are putting s. They are going for shopping. Here they are plural, that's why we are putting are. I am writing a letter. For I we use am. You can see with all the verbs we have used ing. Again, for I we use am. For the singular subjects like he, she, it, we use is. And for the plural subjects, they, we, you, we use are. For making affirmative sentence in present continuous, we use subject plus is rm plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. For example, Mr. Nelson is speaking truth. For making interrogative sentence, means for making question, we have to use the helping verb that are, is, rm we will put in the beginning of the sentence. Then we will put the subject, then the verb with ing, then object, and in the last the question mark. For example, is Mr. Nelson speaking truth? For making negative sentence, we have to use subject plus is rm with not. Means with the helping verbs we have to put not. Then the first form of the verb with ing, then the object. Like Mr. Nelson is not speaking truth. Now we will talk about present perfect. Present perfect tense is used to show the link between the present and the past. It expresses experiences and the recent actions or events. In this form, we use subject plus has, have plus third form of the verb plus object. Take some examples for experiences. I have read 2 stories. I have taught in this school. Here you can see we have used have with the third form of the verb. And here we are showing our experience. Present perfect is also used for recent actions or events. I have visited my uncle 3 times this week. William has drunk the coffee. They have constructed the building. For making affirmative sentence in present perfect, we use subject plus has and have plus third form of the verb and the object. For example, Mr. Nelson has spoken truth. For making interrogative sentence, means for making question, we have to put has and have in the beginning of the sentence. Then put s plus third form of the verb plus object. And the most important, we have to put question mark in the end of the sentence. For example, has Mr. Nelson spoken truth? For making negative sentence, we have to use not with has and have plus third form of the verb and the object. For example, Mr. Nelson has not spoken truth. Now we will talk about present perfect continuous. In present perfect continuous, actions are started in the past and are still continuing. Means the action has not stopped, the work has not done, is not finished. In present perfect continuous, we use has been and have been as a helping verb plus first form of the verb, and with the verb we use ing plus object. Take example, I have been waiting for her since 2 hours. Means since 2 hours I am waiting for her and still waiting. She has not come yet. Take another example, they have been delaying their work since 6 months. Means still they have not done their work. They are delaying the work since 6 months. Take another example, it has been raining since 3 p.m. It's continuously raining. It has not stopped yet. In present perfect continuous, if we want to make affirmative sentence, we have to use has been, have been plus first form of the word plus ing. For example, Mr. Nelson has been speaking truth since his childhood. For making interrogative sentence, we have to put has and have in the beginning of the sentence. Then we have to put subjects, then been, then first form of the verb, then object. For example, has Mr. Nelson been speaking truth since his childhood? For making negative sentence, we have to put subject plus has not or have not, then been, then the first form of the verb, then the object. For example, Mr. Nelson has not been speaking truth since his childhood. I hope you all enjoyed it and learned from it. I will see you soon in another video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.